What's up, guys? On this episode, we paint fast and get deep. Let's go. Okay, it's another hot one here in the studio. I've got the fan on over here. So it might be a little noisy. I wanted to take a quick little break, let this sucker dry up. A little tacky still, so I need to fill in the gaps as usual. Take a break, we'll get back to that in just a minute. But yeah, so we're gonna let that one sit and we're gonna talk about her. And not so much her as the idea behind why I do what I do, some of the things that I say. If you weren't familiar with some of the work that I do, essentially I look at it as social commentary and also protest art. Yeah. Why does that word sound funny to me? As I am prone to do on occasion, I reach out to friends, family members, and kind of just ask them point blank what they think of the work, what they think of my approach, what they think what I'm doing, would they buy, stuff like that, to kind of get a very loose, biased public opinion, just to kind of get a taste test of what people are thinking when they see the work. You know, there's plenty of people who are immediately turned off by anything that seems even remotely political, socio-political, or whatnot. Sometimes I wonder if I'm trying too hard to get my viewpoint out there. When I put this one in the sketchbook, this came out of my sketchbook. When I put this in the sketchbook, it was a very tumultuous time. Just after the 2016 elections, Donald Trump had just put out the travel ban, and this kind of came to mind. Just resonated with me at that moment, and it has been sitting in my sketchbook since then, but I finally decided to pull it out and make it something because I've just loved this image for a long time. And I know that there's going to be a large contingent of people that will have no appreciation for it. Should I not do that just because that's the way it is? Here's the wrestling point. Here's the point where I get the push and the pull. Many times I will tell you, and also tell myself, do you, do your thing. Make the art that you are meant to make. But when you make art that makes a statement like this, there are consequences. The consequences for me being that some people are just not gonna buy because they don't want something that has a very strong socio-political statement to it. And if I'm being completely honest with myself, I worry that I am not always going to sell as much as I may want or need. So I'm making art that I love, that feels right to me, comes from here, feels right, feels good, but it's not necessarily going to sell right out of the gate. For someone who's trying to put food on the table while he does this art, that can be a bit of a conundrum. Do I keep to my standards of what I want to talk about and then just figure out some other way to make some money? Or do I cater to the whims of what I feel is going to sell right now to the point of where I can eventually do this work more often? Or do I go ahead and make some work that will sell right now so that I can make more of this in the future? I don't know the answer to that. It's one of these things I'm gonna have to struggle with, and because I don't know the answer, then the only answer I have at this point is to make the work that I know right now. So let's get back to it. So something really amazing just happened. I was digging through some stuff in the house, and I found this box, and it's filled with art supplies I didn't even know I had. I'll deal with all that in a minute. Let's talk about her. She's done, for the most part. Just get a close up in there. Briefly about that piece. Like I said earlier, yeah, it's a little bit of a protest part, a little bit of social commentary. I will lose followers, I will lose friends, I will lose people attention by posting this stuff because I'm vocal. It's a thing, right? It's a thing that happens, and I wrestle with it all the time. Should I? Shouldn't I not? Talk about that. And here's the thing. I don't know if he said it first, but Chuck D said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I definitely stand for this, for equality, for civil rights, for people. The shades of our skin, the demographic background, amount of money in our pocket shouldn't dictate who's good and who's not. So this is a shout out to all my Latino and Chicano friends, but just to the world in general about treating other people fairly, treating people right, giving people the chance to do the right thing, to do the good thing, be able to make something of themselves. This country was supposed to allow that. It's why I'm here doing this thing, my thing. I'm allowed to do it. She's not. So that's why I do what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. And whether it sells or not, I don't care, because I'm still gonna be here doing this, you know, helping you guys, sharing with you and doing things with you guys. And I'm sharing and helping in different ways. This is one way, this is another. If you are interested in Our Lady right here, it will be for sale. I don't know if it's gonna be for sale by the time you see this because I gotta let it dry, I gotta let it set up. I don't want you snatching it right out of my hands before it's ready. And I gotta take pictures and all that. So it may be tomorrow or the next couple of, it'll be up very soon. I'm also gonna be putting more of these collage works, their digital versions, up onto the Society 6. You can find some links in the description. If you're new here, I do this thing 2 times a week. Tuesdays I do the podcast, and Thursdays I do this, the art or something art related. I smatter some other things in there just to kind of toss it up, you know, give a little bit of snippets of things that I've done in the past, so you can check all of that out. No guarantees on that smattering stuff. The Tuesday, Thursday, I'm doing that for at least for the you know, the near future until I decide to change again. Okay, I'm out of here. So if you want to make sure that you get more of this in your faces, make sure you like this up, subscribe to the channel, share it with your peeps, do all of those things, and I promise I will deliver content on the days scheduled, at least until I change it, and then some other stuff, and that's all great. Good, right? Okay, good. I'm out, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm gonna go do something that requires air conditioning. I'll see you next time. Remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya.